All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome. We're playing some new standard. It's not really new in the sense that it's new, but it's new because they banned some more cards. That's right. Omnath is gone. Lucky Clover is Escape to the Wilds, also gone, and Oko Thief of Crowns, and Fire's Invention, and Once Upon a Time. There's a lot of banned cards announced, and I can't even name them all, but looks like we finally hit a point where we have a pretty fun standard format. And playing all week, it just feels like standard again. We're playing creatures and removal spells. We're interacting. We're playing planeswalkers. Opponents don't have 9 lands in play on turn 4. It's been pretty fun. And we're brewing up different decks, trying out different things. And today we're going to try out a Bant, kind of like a Bant Mythic deck. It's like Bant, like kind of ramp control. This deck was very popular when Euro and Growth Spiral were legal, and Teferi Time Raveler. Of course, don't have those anymore, but the strategic idea is the same. We're just playing all the best control kind of tap out cards, starting with Dream Trawler. Dream Trawler is a card that is just really good. Totally fell by the wayside because it wasn't able to compete with, Expansion Explosion for 50 or Genesis Ultimatum for whatever, etc., Euro every turn. But just a really insane fair card. I mean, this card is just unbelievable. Most decks can't deal with it. And now most decks can't go over the top of it with the crazy ramp engine and stuff that were going on in Standard. So, really good card, cornerstone of a deck. Trying to cast this card as early as possible and surrounding it with a lot of really good threats, ramp, and tap out control cards. We got Conqueror's Death here, phenomenal card. Elder Gargaroth, the Green Baneslayer Angel, awesome card. We got our ramp here in Lotus Cobra and Lenore Visionary, really good card. And Cultivate, of course. And one of the cool things here is that with Visionary and Lotus Cobra, your opponent wants to kill those. And then that guarantees you have a creature in the graveyard for Conqueror's Death. If you get back a 3/3 Visionary and draw a card, that's pretty awesome, honestly, too. Playing 4 Shadow of Sky as well. We got a mop up. A little counterproductive with our Lotus Cobras and stuff, but if they kill your Lotus Cobra, which they're probably going to, Wrath is great. And if they don't kill it, then Cobra's alive, and it's great anyway. So that's pretty cool. And then a lot of interaction here. We got Glass Casket, Banishing Light, Essence Scatter, some things to keep them off balance till our Boom Booms come online. Teferi, Master of Time, and Vivian, not the most amazing planeswalkers, but very solid cards, can help fill the gaps. Also making good use of the mythic spell lands here in Amari's Call and Turn Timber Symbiosis to add that extra oomph in our mana base. That's the main deck. Sideboard, a lot of tools against other decks, Negate Mystical Dispute, Scavenging Ooze, Glass Casket, all the things you'd expect. Let's jump right in here. We're playing in pretty high mythic right now. I think we're in the 200s. And let's give this deck a spin and see how it works. Bant Ramp, I used to love this deck. The previous iteration with Euro and Growth Spiral and Teferi and stuff like that. Just a really powerful collection of cards. And should be good against aggro decks because we have the Wraths and the Baneslayers, or not the pseudo Baneslayers. But also should be good against control as well. So we'll see how it works here on the play. And this is one of those Scryland hands. It's not great, but it's got 2 Scrylands. We can keep this. I always want to make our land drops here, so we're going to keep 7. Get our Scrys going, and looking for any 2-drop at all off of our Scry here. Scatter's a nice little insurance policy, too. Opponent's taking a mulligan. They're on 6 cards. We're going to Scry, and we're going to put a land at the bottom. So basically, most spells were on top there, most lands were on the bottom. Let's see what they're up to. Agadeem the Undercrypt. Really good card. Really good card. So could be some sort of graveyardy black deck, I guess. So we can leave Essence Scatter up, or we can Scry here. I kind of want to Scry. We have a lot of good turn 3 ramp cards, and Scatter's going to be good later on anyway, so there's one right there. Perfect. So kind of just get our game plan going here, draw some cards. I think Visionary is probably the most ideal card on top. Opponent plays a Forest and an Order of Midnight. So they're playing the Golgari Adventures deck. Lucky Clover's gone, but Edgewall Innkeeper is not. So Shadow of Sky should be pretty good here. They're definitely a grindy deck, so we're going to see if we can grind them out. Play Visionary. They didn't play an Innkeeper yet, and they'd definitely play Innkeeper first if they had wanted to play Order of Midnight. So Innkeeper's the one card we're really scared of as far as we can't really deal with it super well, but not currently a problem. Just do Dream Trawler. Best card in the deck. And we may be... Okay. Another Dream Trawler. Great. We may be trying to Shatter before we Trawler. I'm just going to attack for 2 and play land, though. We're not going to be Shatter here. Leave Scatter up. I can't play anything anyway, so... Just swing for 2 and say go. Definitely have some sort of kill spell here or something. Opponent's deck is like a kind of like just a green-black mid-range deck with a little bit of an adventure theme. Edgewall Innkeeper being the main linchpin. Essence Scatter, of course, is a little weird here because like we almost want a creature to resolve so we can Wrath it, and we don't necessarily want to Wrath the Trawler in play. But now we have 2 Trawlers though. We get to attack, draw a card, Wrath, draw a card off a Trawler, make them overcommit into the Trawler. So probably just jamming a Trawler next turn. I'm just gonna keep saying the word Trawler over and over again. Questing Beast. Questing Beast, Questing Beast, Questing Beast. This would make them draw a card off Shatter anyway, so we're going to scatter this and just play our Trawler on curve. So take 2. And then a Temple. We're going to get a white or blue source here. So we can just play Branched off as a Plains. We'll hold Passage. We'd have Lotus Clover in our deck, so a little value. And we keep the fetch land around. Straight to play Trawler and say go. So now our goal is going to be to try and get in like 1 to 2 attacks with our Trawler, make them overcommit to the board, and then Wrath. Vivian is interesting. So they can make a chump blocker for the Trawler by making a Vigilance Beast. We do want to answer Vivian as soon as possible.
Every day is a new mutation.
We'll see what we draw here. We find a way to deal with this Vivian. We do have Conqueror's Death, Oblivion Ring, things like that as well. Now, we're going to open on a Scry. What's Scry? This is attacking anyway. This is guaranteed to attack, kill this, and gain 5. Let's see if we can find a way to get this out of the way. I guess we don't have any instant speed ways to do that, but let's just play this. We might just play a second Trawler too to really go nuts. All right, there's Banishing Light. So that card that answers the Vivian. So we're gonna jam. They're gonna block with this thing. I mean, playing a second Trawler is pretty appealing and just really go in. It is kind of all in. We can just save the Banishing Light. We can also attack this Vivian next turn. We could also send the Visionary at the Vivian and poke it for 2. It's probably not going to matter in the long run, but they're not going to block it. So I think I like this. This is Retreat. So yeah, send this in. Draw the Banishing Light. And I think we're better off just deploying the second Trawler. We could Banishing Light to get rid of the Vivian, but it's almost safer to just Banishing Light the blocker next turn and hope they're not going to go off next turn. Worst case scenario would be like Innkeeper off the top, Innkeeper off the top, Adventure Creature, but that's pretty unlikely, so. Oh, I can't do math. We can't cast Trawler. I'm just being an idiot. So let's do this then, whatever, sure. That's fine. So we get to kill their creature.
This is why I don't trust
hit that,
people.
And say go. I miscounted my mana. I thought I could cast Trawler too. Whatever. So now, in pretty good shape. Hopefully they don't have like, I don't know why they have Gem Razor in the deck, things like that to kill the Banishing Light. So Banishing Light should be pretty safe here. And now they're trying to overcome our Trawler, but they can't play into our Shatter too hard. It'll blow them out. Then we have another Trawler. So we're in really, really good shape here. We should say go. This feels like a Murderous Rider on our Trawler just to tap it down so we can't attack. Let's find out. Move to combat. Of course, giving it Hexproof will fizzle the Murderous Rider, so they can't actually play the Murderous Rider part of it, which is great. So we're going to discard. We're going to pitch a land here. I'm not super interested in Lotus Cobra, but these lands are pretty extraneous at this point, so ship a land. We're going to fizzle the Murderous Rider. And now if we want to, we can attack and play the Trawler, which I think we're going to. At this point, I think they're so far behind that we should just walk all over them and not try to bother playing Shadow the Sky. Dream Trawler all day. This is our game plan. Number 1. Play Dream Trawlers till they die. And they are also flooding a little bit. Nice. So here comes land number 7. Suppose I could have an Agadeem's Awakening here, which wouldn't be bad, but looks like they're just saying go again. So, I mean, I guess we'll give them a Scry before we draw. Strategy of play a kill. You can keep that. Strategy of play a kill spell to tap your Dream Trawler is not really a great one. Trawlers do work well together. They both draw and pump each other, and you can see this is a pretty monstrous stack here. All right, I mean, I'm just gonna say go. I don't really know what can get them out of this. We could play Pilotus Cobra, but I'm just gonna chill. Order of Midnight, not really doing too much on defense, of course. Alright, so I mean, they didn't have a very good draw that game, but we kind of just executed our plan. I'm not even sure if they had a good draw, it would have mattered, because if they had played more things, we'd have just wrathed them. So that game felt pretty good. So definitely need to make sure that we keep Edgewell Innkeeper off of the battlefield. That's a really good card against us. Dread of Magistrate is also kind of cool. It can turn off the ability for them to cast their adventure cards. Also turns off the ability for them to use Vivian. And it only works on them. So this card's definitely coming in. Caskets are coming in. Okay, Adversary is okay. Scavenging Ooze is okay. I'd say I'm not really stoked about Teferi or the Planeswalkers. They are somewhat aggressive, and if we're on the draw, it's going to be hard to stick them. Caskets, Scatters. Scatters also not, like, particularly amazing. I don't mind taking the Scatters out. We can bring the other Ooze in. Oakham is also a good defensive card. They're playing Questing Beast and things like that, too, so not dying is definitely on the priority list. So maybe we just, I guess they have some graveyard recursion, so Ooze is somewhat interesting. Comes down to, like, do you want 2 adversaries or 2 Oozes? Basically, how scared are we of Questing Beast is kind of the question. I guess they have Lovestruck Beast, things like that, too. I'm going to bring in the adversaries. We are on the draw, so being on the draw, I'll just bring in the more defensive card. Ooze is better in a long game. Adversary is better at keeping us alive. We'll just keep us alive. And get our Dream Trawlers going. Not sure how many good answers there are to Dream Trawler in this format. I think there's like a weird green common that makes you sack a flyer, but alright, so super awkward hand. You drew both Magistrates, a couple of removal spells, but no ramp, no colors. They mulliganed. We do have an Oakham Adversary, which actually works out really well if we can cast this on 2 and then kill their stuff, because it does draw a card whenever it hits them. I'm going to keep mostly somewhat on the back of their mulligan, but we can make this hand work, I think. And the Magistrate is pretty good against them, so Swamp go. We draw a Temple of Mystery. Now, I would like to play a white card on turn 2, so we're just going to play the Passage and say go. Not ideal, but we're going to play Order. Sure. I don't think we're too concerned about that. Cultivate. That makes things really awkward. So now I want to play Cultivate on 3, so we might just abandon the Magistrate plan for the time being and set up for Cultivate next turn. Obviously nothing's in the adventure zone yet, so we're not really scared about turning things off. So we can wait a turn here. Play this. 5 cards of Plains. So that would be our we'd have 6 lands total after casting Cultivate. We do need double blue and double white, because obviously the requirements on Dream Trawler are a little hefty. We need to ship this. I don't think we need more lands. Once we cast Cultivate, we're going to be great shape. If they were to duress us here and take our Cultivate, we feel a little dumb. But bring it on. Bring it on. Take 2. Alright, so now we're heavily incentivized to want to cast this Drannith Magistrate. Because it would turn off this Lovestruck Beast. They could have like a Heartless action to kill my Magistrate, but I think we're just going to go Magistrate here. We could go Cultivate and then maybe Magistrate and Adversary next turn. So playing Magistrate is definitely a huge drain in the curve. Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't like this 2 black mana here. I think that a kill spell is somewhat likely, and if they were to kill spell our Magistrate, play the 5/5, and attack for 3, we're like kind of behind the 8 ball, because the next turn we need to play Cultivate to build our mana base and can't do anything and take a huge whack. We're going to Cultivate here. Let's get Plains Island. Get ourselves set up. Now next turn we can just play Okame and Magistrate, or Okame, Banishing Light, etc. Very important to look at your turns, you know, what's next turn going to look like. And next turn would look really, really bad if they were to do it with their Magistrate and cast a 5/5. They'll play Temple of Malady. Long, hard think on this scry. They're going top, though. And there's Lovestruck Beast. Okay. So, Lotus Cobra. That's a really good draw, because that allows for multiple 2-drops this turn. All right, so we're going to go... Here, we're just going to go Lotus Cobra. And then Magistrate. And then land, make green, Adversary. Pretty good turn, honestly. Pretty good turn. Adversary lines up well with the Lovestruck Beast. Magistrate turns off future adventure cards, or Vivian. I guess turns off part of Vivian, not all of it. Culber's lined up. Kill spells in our hand. Any land. Okay. Any land is not a Dream Drawer. They found an Agonizing Remorse, which is fine. Pretty easy choice there. The good news is, though, that now we can use our Adversary aggressively by killing the Lovestruck Beast and attacking. Now they're in a spot where they kind of have to block or let us draw cards, which is great. So, kind of a cool card. It's like a defensive card that can also be offensive. We still have the read on them for a 2-mana kill spell, so we'll find out if they have that or not. They do. I'm sorry, they have 1-mana kill spell, so they couldn't kill the Adversary. So we're just gonna pop in here. I think we just go full Monty. We're gonna Banishing Light the Lovestruck Beast for sure. I kind of want to Casket the Human and just get in with the Adversary. This is aggressive, but clear their board, attack, draw a card. Amaria's Call. I mean... Pretty far from casting that, but I don't really know if land 6 even matters right now. I think we're just say go. Take 2. Caw. Pretty cool art. I don't love the adventure frames, but definitely cool art. Look at a Murderous Rider, my Adversary. So the Adversary is dead, but they can't even cast the Murderous Rider. So pretty good exchange for us. We played a 2-drop, drew a card off of it, and made them use a kill spell on it. And now we're just kind of in a spot where I'll try to be sure. We really want to make sure Magistrate is in play. Let's scry. Let's see what's up. Hello, buddy. And some Magistrate. And we're probably not playing Shatter this game anymore. But we have 2 Magistrates to lock down their adventure cards. And you can bash for 1. Yes. Next turn we have Dream Trawler. Feeling pretty good that we hold on to this as well. Because now our next land draw is a 2/4/4, which is awesome. So Custom Beast is good. That is a good one. That is a good one. That turns the tide significantly. Okay. Well, we're not blocking Dream Trawler on Questing Beast, so it looks like we have to cast Shatter this guy. Which kind of sucks, honestly. Not ideal. They're going to draw a card off of it. It's going to free up their adventure cards, but that definitely is the card that turns the tables a little bit here. I suppose we could just suck it up and go to 1. Trawler, of course, can block them order. They have a kill spell, we'll lose. But if we have to Wrath here and then play Dream Trawler, we're going to be kind of behind. If they have a second Questing Beast in their hand, we're just going to be dead on board, and our Trawler won't be good enough. We could just draw land. Oh boy, tough choice here. Tough choice. If I play Dream Trawler, we are dead to a kill spell. Realistically, we're probably in really bad shape to a kill spell anyway. So we Shatter, they draw a card, we say go, they play multiple creatures, we play Dream Trawler, we're dead to a kill spell anyway. So let's play Trawler. We're going to hold this call. If we draw a land next turn, it's great for us. We get to play the call. The 4/4s check the Questing Beast. Our Trawler is indestructible for the attack. Most draws here are good. Most lands and most spells. Don't want to draw like a Lotus Cobra, but... Here comes Questing Beast. Going to 1. Suppose they have the interesting play of they could block with Order of Midnight and then kill it with like an Eliminate if they have like a smaller kill spell to make us not gain life. And then we would lose if we didn't draw land. But Elspeth's Nightmare. Kind of a cool card. Elspeth's Nightmare is Chapter 1, kill a small creature. Chapter 2, Duress. Chapter 3, Tormod Script. So, pretty cool card. Pretty cool card. Good against the Graveyard Rakdos decks. Want to draw a land here. Not a land. It's a Glass Casket. Well, this can't block. Anyway, I'm just going to send in Dream Trawler and hope we draw a land. We could Shatter in theory. They're going to Duress us next turn. Which kind of sucks, but land. Not a land, but another Dream Trawler. So now I think we're actually fine wrathing. So because they're going to Duress us next turn. They'll probably take the Amaria's Call. We just have another Trawler, so gain 5. Now we're at 6. I suppose we could also just play the other Dream Trawler, right? It's the same scenario as last turn. They have to take the Give Me Amaria's Call, and they're just dead. That plays. Same scenario where if they draw a kill spell, we're dead. As they could tap the Trawler, attack for 6. But they didn't have it last turn. So just comes down to how much we're willing to risk. And this time, actually, playing Shatter almost feels better if you draw a card. I'm going to play Shatter this time, actually. Because now we're going to draw a card, too. We still have Trawler in hand. Yeah, we're going to Shatter here. I'm going to play it a little safer. We draw Lotus Cobra. Fine. Lotus Cobra, so they go. They're going to take the call, but I'd rather them take call and leave Casket in my hand than play a land here. I should play a land, so they get to Duress me, which is fine. Yes, having drawn the extra Dream Trawler, there's no reason to take a risk there, I think. The big risk was last turn, and it worked out for us, so I can't fathom they don't take the Amaria's Call here. Like, it's 2 4/4s or a bad removal spell. Yeah, pretty easy. Now we draw an untapped land. I guess we can't empty our entire hand with Trawler, so that's really, really bad for us because now we're basically dead. So that's a count. I guess that's a count against Wrathing that I didn't really consider. Is that a second Questing Beast is really bad for us? All right, well, better lucky than good. We drew Conqueror's Death. So as long as I don't have a third Questing Beast, we'll be fine. So let's just like not have one more Questing Beast. Is that cool with you? Can you just like not do that, please? No third Questing Beast. So yeah, but having no Questing Beast is probably less likely than a kill spell. So I guess I'm not sure. We didn't have it last turn. There's your Innkeeper. So Innkeeper's good. But we have Trawler. Still beats Innkeeper. They can play like Lovestruck Beast here. They'll have 5/5. We still have a blocker. They're going to Order at Midnight back their Questing Beast. Wow. That's kind of a cool play. So now our Trawler might be stuck playing chump blocking duties. Alright, so bad news, good news. The bad news is Dream Trawler is on chump block duty. Did not die of his Questing Beast. The good news is it just comes back next turn as a 4/5 too. So we're also going to Casket this Innkeeper because Innkeeper is way too good. I guess we have to hit this because we'll just die. So we're at 2. That's bad. Alright. I guess sure. So we're just going to play Casket. I hit the Order of Midnight. It's funny because we attack with Lotus Cobra too. They are at 6. And then we're going to... Actually, we can't do that. We gotta play this first. So white, white, blue, blue. Let's make it green in case we draw a... I'm sure if Scavenger is anymore. Make it white. It is a naked Dream Trawler. You have no cards in hand, but they go to 4. So they play Questing Beast. They attack. We block. Gain 3 life. They drew a tap land, which is actually really good because they can't play one of their threats also. So we block with thing. They might not even play Questing Beast now, honestly, because like we just get it back anyway. So, but then the Trawler just kills them. So they go bottom. Yeah, they're kind of priced into Questing Beast. Nope, they're gonna put Nerve Strike. But they just die. Doesn't make sense. Unless the card they draw, but I think it's all their spells attack, so like nothing they can draw can deal with this. What's up? Dream Trawler Ahoy. Draw land, sure. Unfortunately, nothing in the bin, but probably should have said stop actually, because if I had drawn a creature I could have discarded it, but whatever. Game's over, they lose. Unless they draw a kill spell. In which case we lose. Oh. Wait, that's fine. Trawler getting in. Draw a card. Sure, you're dead. Like a really interesting couple turns there for sure. A lot of like risk assessment and things like that. But yeah, deck's pretty sweet. We could have played like a little tighter that match, but Dream Trawler is real good. Definitely the truth. So that's it. We're doing a short video this time. Please let me know your thoughts on this. We're gonna trying out to have some short form content here on YouTube. I'm Jim Davis, of course. If you hit the follow button, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments again on the short form video, and I appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Jim Davis, and watch me on Twitch and CoolStuffInc.com and YouTube everywhere else. Jim Davis MTG. Thanks for watching.